Good evening. Eustavia is a student that we'll talk a little bit more about here in a minute, who's participating in a program through the University of Iowa. So she gabbled us in. So thank you for that. Okay, and then the duty that you had is finished. So if you want to take your seat with everyone else, you can. Thank you. Next up is the call to order, and I understand that Councilmember Dominguez needed to run home for a minute, and we'll be back. But we're joined by Councilmember Parizek, Mayor ProTem McFerren, and Councilmember Shiltz. So first up then is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it and the agenda is approved. Next up is approval of the consent agenda. And that is the city council minutes from June 17, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. Second.
And there's a, okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, next up is the beer and liquor licenses, 4A, a 12-month special C retail alcohol license for Liberty Public House expiring July 4th, 2026. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion?
There hasn't been any issues.
No issues.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and we'll move on to item number 5, which is introduction of the participants in the University of Iowa's Community and Civic Improvement Program. So Carolyn, would you like to introduce the students, or someone else is going to introduce? Oh, good.
Our group is with Jose Duran, Cindy Miller, Eusebia, which is me, Eusebia Villarreal, Laura Loya, James Laughlin, Brian DeBach, Maria Galvan, Melanie Clark, Salomon Aragon, Mayela Ambris.
Great. Yeah. Well, this is a program, the Mayor Pro Tem, I've been involved with it. Councilmember Martinez has been involved with it as well. And it's a program that encourages folks to be involved in civic activities in their community as well as community activities. So welcome. Thank you for participating in this program. And I think I speak for all on the council that if you have questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we value your participation in the civic activities of our city as well. All right, next up is item number 6, public hearing on the transfer of public assets of the city of West Liberty to the West Liberty and Rural Township Fire and Rescue Agency. Is there a motion to move into a public hearing?
Motion to move into public hearing.
Is there a second?
Second.
Hearing that, the clerk will call the roll.
McFerren,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
Shiltz.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
Okay, we're in public hearing, and this is a chance for folks that have concerns about the transfer of public assets from the city of West Liberty to the West Liberty and Rural Township Fire and Rescue Agency. This is a chance to express those concerns. Are there any public comments? Are there any public comments? Are there any public comments? Hearing none, is there a motion to close the public hearing to transfer public assets from the city of West Liberty to the West Liberty and Rural Townships Fire and Rescue Agency?
Mr. Mayor, motion to close.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk will call the roll.
Shiltz,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
McFerrin,
Yes.
motion passes 3-0.
Next up is resolution 2025-0701-258, a resolution to transfer monetary assets from the fire reserve from the city of West Liberty to the West Liberty and Rural Townships Fire and Rescue Agency. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
Make a motion to approve this resolution for the transfer.
Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Parizek,
Yes.
Shiltz,
Yes.
McFerrin,
Yes.
motion passes 3-0.
Next up is resolution, I believe the right one, all of those here.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, thank you.
I would recommend that you have the balances in your resolutions and that for the record, you state the balance, for the public.
Okay, the balance means, the amount of money that is being transferred,
The first one is for the trust and agency.
which is the 3,004
It's
or
the,
304,000.
no, the first one is for
Yes.
your trust and agency, which is your 355,
Okay.
896,
All right.
66.
So that would be $355,000, $896.66.
Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Next up is resolution 2025-0701-259. I said the wrong number for that first one, I think.
You
It's
said-
25.
You said 258, but you said the fire reserve.
Okay, all right, so we have that corrected.
Yes.
Which one? Okay, so this is to transfer the monetary assets from the fire reserve from the city of West Liberty to the West Liberty and Rural Townships Fire and Rescue Agency. And this amount is the $304,610.82. Is there a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve the transfer of the monetary assets from the fire reserve from the city of West Liberty to the rural township.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
McFerrin,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
Shiltz,
Yes.
motion passes 3-0.
Now, the next one, we have an or.
Correct.
Depending on what the council wants, we could have resolution to transfer physical assets from the city of West Liberty to the West Liberty and Rural Townships Fire and Rescue Agency. That is number one. The second option is resolution 2025-0701-261, a resolution to transfer physical assets from the city of West Liberty to the West Liberty and Rural Townships Fire and Rescue Agency upon acquisition of insurance by the West Liberty and Rural Township Fire and Rescue Agency. That has satisfied me that the insurance has been bought and is enforced. So my recommendation is we could go either way. It's there. So either C or D as far as resolution. Is there a motion?
Mr. Mayor, make a motion to approve resolution D 202-50701-261.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Parizek,
Yes.
Shiltz,
Yes.
McFerrin,
Yes.
motion passes 3-0.
Okay. We are now ready. I had talked at the fire meeting the other night about transferring that information now. I was told to take the plate, or that the city needed to take the plates off the fire trucks. I've done that for 4 of the trucks, so I don't have all of those. So I can meet with you, Dick, or someone else later tonight when I've finished that task to give you the checks for the agency and to give you the titles, so things can be transferred over and the deed. So. Okay, we're now to public comments and or correspondence. This is the time that's set aside for public comments on topics of city business that are not listed on the agenda.
You skipped over the report section and the vendor voucher section.
Yes, sorry about that. Okay, do we have a report from the city engineer?
We currently, with Voucher and Chem, our report today we have the SRF has been filed for the wastewater treatment plant. And so that application will go before the state revolving fund board in September. And our city engineer, Leo Foley, has communicated that he believes it'll be a successful application for the funding of phase 1. And I did forward that on to our financial advisor. I know Lenny Larson on behalf of ISG has been meeting with our staff. And we had some more information, but since today is the first official day as our general engineers, we will look to get a report from him at the next week.
Okay. I was scrolling down here.
Adam, I don't think we had anything else to add from the engineers, right?
The Evans Ave project is behind wheelies. The road's been paved and open. They have a little bit of concrete work to do going into acres development there, but.
All right. We received the city manager's written report. Are there any questions or concerns or further information from the city manager? Police report. Questions, concerns, additional information. Public Works. Parks and Recreation.
Let me scroll down to that.
I'm sorry, slow down.
Sure.
You're good? Okay. Communications. Safety.
Mr. Mayor, Councilmember McFerren did have one question that I wasn't able to circle back around on the safety report. That was in regards to, is it the electric?
I don't know, I was just asking who it was that made that comment, and I wasn't sure who that
Okay, I'll follow,
individual was.
I'll follow up with Adam and Brittany on that one.
Okay. Water and sewer. WWTP.
Superintendent Craig Duran is here if you have any questions.
Yes. Electric.
Yeah, we did generate, is that right, for that?
So the OP is repaired and they have been able to
Black
start with and again, I know we have a utility committee set.
Okay,
And we'll go through a little more details with what's going on in the electric department.
okay.
But we're online for generation as of current.
Okay, committee meetings. We have continued to meet the 4 city members of the board of directors of the fire, the West Liberty and Rural Township Fire and Rescue Agency. And it's been my desire to have a transfer of all of the things required in the city for the new agency to be ready and to be transferred today. What we have needed from the new agency is proof of insurance, which we've received. And then with receiving the license plates, which are official city license plates, then we can transfer over the assets on our end. And the effort is then, in my mind, completed on the transfer from this being a city service to being a service of the new agency. Have there anything else to add to that?
No, I think you summed it up pretty well. It's been a little bit longer coming than probably so much we're like, but I think we leave it in very capable hands of the agency going forth, so it should be just smooth after this.
Have there been any other committee meetings? I'm not remembering any.
We recently had a WeLead board meeting, but when we get to that point, we can have Phil bring us up to the line.
Okay. Now, item number 8A, vendor voucher claims list number 1 in the amount of $457,496.35. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and we move to 8B, library pre-claim, paid claims in the amount of $4,300.49. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and we're moved to item 9A. Excuse me, this is where we move to public comments. We ask that people state their name, keep their comments to no more than 2 minutes, and state their address. Are there any public comments?
Hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Nora Dwyer. I'm with the Muscatine County Extension Service, and I'm responsible for an initiative called LEAP, which is leveraging experience and partnerships to address obesity. I had the privilege of meeting with Phil and Lee and Mark over the last month or so to talk about ways we could bring this initiative into West Liberty and see if we can help in a couple aspects. LEAP is designed to work on policy, systems, and environmental change related to the obesity issue that we have in Muscatine County. Muscatine County is one of 6 counties in Iowa that are part of this that all have a obesity rate of 40% or higher. And so it's an effort in cooperation with Iowa State University. So the 2 key aspects are, one, to try to increase access as well as participation in physical activity. And the second piece is a nutritional aspect, either increasing availability of food vouchers, or secondly, other kinds of produce prescription incentive programs, along with healthy eating guidelines. So the key point that I'd like to talk to you about tonight is related to physical activity. One of the things that we do is what are called walk audits. And that gives us an opportunity to work with a community, work with a trail area to see, we would use volunteers to monitor and assess a walking path, and to see if that gives the community members access from, for example, from their housing area to the school. So I've been working with Phil and the other leaders to try to identify what those routes would be. We've set the date for August 5th at 9 o'clock. We'll all gather at downtown at the WeLead office. We'll have some refreshments and instructions and try to get as many volunteers as we can. So we'll be providing some other information about that event. The other aspect that we're going to try to implement here in West Liberty is we do have some funding available. And we've been approved by CDC, Center for Disease Control, which is our primary, is our funding agency, to offer communities purchase of bike racks. The idea is that they see it in a community, if more bike racks are available, that tends to encourage people to ride their bikes if they know that there's a way to secure them safely. So we're looking at approximately 6 bikes. We're looking at a few things. We've got to finalize some costs and placement of those, but we hope to be able to put those in West Liberty to encourage people to use them and to use their bikes and feel like they can do that safely in the community. We will have to do some assessment after that to see how well they're being used. So look forward to working with everybody here, and I'm available if anybody has any questions. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Are there other public comments?
Oh. Phil from We Leap, and I'll keep it brief because I know we have a budget, we gotta approve the budget tonight too, but tomorrow from 1 to 3, there's gonna be an open house at We Lead. Life Raft is just gonna do an open house, talk a little bit about the project, answer any questions. 1 to 3 at the We Lead building, that's 119 East 3rd Street. And I think I'll bring a lot more information to the next council meeting, so, all right.
Thanks, Phil.
Are there other public comments? Hearing none, we'll move to council members on public comments and correspondence. Council member Shiltz.
I don't have anything.
Mayor ProTem McFerren.
I don't have anything today either.
Council member Dominguez.
Just apologize, Mayor, for being late. And that's all I have.
Council member Parizek.
I have not received anything last week, so.
Okay, all right. Move to the city manager for comments or correspondence.
So quieted down a little bit since we've been able to have the pool open, and I just asked the public, thank them for their patience. We have limited lifeguards, and with their scheduling, that doesn't allow us always to be open our regular hours. And so, again, if there's any questions, you can contact the pool. But at the same time, things can change. So, in addition to that, I did follow up with Bonnie Ingstad from our last meeting regarding parking issues on 15th Street. And so the chief and I reviewed, and I spoke with her, and it appears that neighborly resolution is occurring possibly, but I told her that, we would definitely be here for ears, what we could do within our capacity, but at this time, there were no violations to the parking code. And so, and even provided her the access to the code information. So, there's nothing further.
City clerk.
I don't have anything at this time.
Okay. All right, next up is item 10A, resolution 2025-0701-262. A resolution setting salaries/wages for the 25-26 fiscal year for the city of West Liberty department. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Second. It's been moved and seconded. Is there discussion?
I had a question, Mayor. If there, I don't know if this is for Lee or for Shari, but if there was like an average increase percentage rate for everybody, or I know we did the matrix, but I just wanted to kind of understand the.
Yeah, currently right now, the average has been about 3.5% per each employee. We did have a couple of employees that had a higher tier due to a reevaluation of their duties. That was within our water and our sewer department, and even with our parks.
Thank you.
Is there further discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
McFerren. Yes. Parizek.
Yes.
Shiltz.
Yes.
Dominguez.
No.
Motion passes 3-1.
Resolution 2025-0701-262. A resolution to transfer funds for the fiscal year ending July 30th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Shiltz,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Dominguez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Next up is resolution item 10C, resolution 2025-0701-264. A resolution to approve pay estimate number 1 from Triple B Construction Incorporated for the Evans Avenue Sanitary Gravity Sewer Extension Project in the city of West Liberty. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Parizek,
Yes.
Shiltz,
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Dominguez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Next up is resolution 10D, item 10D, resolution 2025-0701-265. A resolution authorizing representative votes on behalf of the city of West Liberty in relation to the RPG agreement. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Dominguez.
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
Shiltz.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0, 3-0, 4-0. I was right the first time.
Resolution 2025-0701-266. A resolution to approve reimbursement to Brook Ventures LLC, West Liberty Economic Development Matching Grant in the city of West Liberty. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Shiltz,
Yes.
Parizek,
Yes.
McFerren,
Yes.
Dominguez.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Next is item 10F. Set the date for a public hearing for amendment to the Code of Ordinances in the city of West Liberty for water and sewer rates. Is there a motion to approve?
You don't need to.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't. Just, it's a consensus vote. And so the recommendation from staff is,
For the 15th, we just received the information from the codifier. Lee and I have to go through, make sure everything is correct, and then we will get the public notices out there for it.
all right, any objections or concerns with doing the public hearing at the council meeting on the 15th? Okay, so it will be. As far as a preview, then item 10G, the major order of business on the 15th will be that public hearing on the water and sewer rates. I offhand can't think of anything else that's really pressing. So with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.